All right, guys, with week one halfway in the books, we can get a little bit of a measuring stick on some of the teams that we have in the league this year. Let's just start off quick with the only three games that got played, the three matchups that got played. You have Hitmen versus Channel 4. Channel 4 coming off of losing Rafiq. Hitmen coming off of losing Faraz, but also getting the three brothers. I told you the offense would still be potent, and like I said, the defense would be sharp. First game 22-3. Second game 14-2. So pretty good domination game for an opening weekend for Hitmen, as we all kind of expected. Kind of a shock to me, and I think a few other people as I'm looking at the picks. No Side versus Legends, where I think No Side was always had those question marks of, they had Shilly, they have Moody, they have Ray, they have Murray, and there's always been a question of who is the kind of the help out, who the role player is going to be basically. While I didn't catch everyone's name and the stats aren't updated yet, it looks like either they've got a good core group of guys out there. Defense looks really sharp. Timely hitting, we'll get to that later on. Those two games, first game 15-10, a win for them, and 15-2, so consistent on offense, scoring 15 runs a game. Second game looks like the defense really shut them down, and like I said, we'll talk about the first game that I was actually at. Then you had Shaw versus those guys. What are those guys called? Aftermath. Sweet name. Kidding. Shaw's jumped out pretty quick on us. Actually, I'm sorry. We actually jumped out quick on them. They had a 10-run inning. It's one of those one bad inning kind of kills you things. Everything went wrong. And I think they might have actually scored all 10 runs with 2 outs. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. I mean, it was a plethora of base hits going on there. And then the second game, a closer game, a 14-12 loss. So all three matchups, all three sweeps. 2 of the 3, I think, were a little more surprising than what we thought was going to happen. Really quick, things that kind of stand out to me before the season started. I think this is the first time ever in JAM's history that Torpy's been open, but North Branch 2 was closed, which was shocking. And that's pretty much it. Let's get into the games, like I said, that I went to. The No Side versus Legends games I got there looked like Legends and No Side were kind of going back and forth for a while. Legends then came out with, I think they had a 3 or 4 run lead in the top of the 7th. No Side came up. I think the first 2 batters got out, or one guy got on, another guy got out. Anyway, Ryan Murphy, their lefty, their power hitting lefty, with a runner on with 2 outs, crushes one over the fence in right field, down by 1. Next batter, Moody gets up there, I believe with 1 foul on him, hit the ball over the scoreboard to, I think at that time it was to tie the game. And then Legend let up another 5 runs, and then just kind of went down pretty easily after that. Second game looks like they weren't really into it, according to what I heard. Kind of just lackadaisical. I don't know if they're a little shocked about the first, losing the game in the 7th. But Legends do have a very good core group of players. I think they just need to work it out. It's, week 1 rust, obviously, and tip your cap to No Side for coming out there and getting the job done against a good Legends team. And I hope that the No Side players, they come every week. I think they have a great core group of guys this year, and I think that they're gonna turn some heads. And obviously, these things are done week by week, and last week I was saying how they're gonna lose to, now I think they're great. So it's a thing. It all depends on who shows up for your team every single week. So hopefully that keeps going for them. I wasn't there for the Hitmen game, but like I said, the shocking part about this game, I think, is going to be the fact that either they held Channel 4 to 5 runs, or Channel 4 couldn't score 5 runs. This is slow pitch softball. You got to score runs. I don't care if you're playing the best defensive team in the league. Scoring 2 runs and 3 runs is not going to win you any kind of game in slow pitch softball. I mean, on average, I think a really good defense is still going to let up 7 or 8 runs. You figure 1 run an inning, then that's still really good. If you can't score 1 run an inning, you have some serious issues with your team, and you need to look at that. So maybe the fact that Rafiq left is either hurting the morale of the team or something, but I'll say the same thing I said last year. Once he left, that team lost a few games in a row, then he came back and they started winning again. So what do you do when he's not going to come back? You just got to hope that he comes back this year, because I guarantee he's not going to come back this year. And where do you find the offense now? Where do you replace his 45 or whatever RBIs, his X amount of home runs, his glove in the outfield, which, by the way, he's really good in the infield also. To our Shaw's game, Shaw's versus Hitman. What I can say about the Shaws is, the thing I can say about the Shaws is, don't forget they were Crew. And Crew was always known for their tough defense and their very good hitting. They're a very balanced team. And we always talk about being a balanced team. This is balanced and that's balanced. They're an extremely balanced, and they know what their roles are. Every player from 1 to 10 knew their job and did it well. Not hitting a lot of gap shots, not hitting a lot of home runs. It was a lot of base hit, then another base hit, go from first to third. Or if somebody misses a cutoff man, take that extra base. They're extremely aggressive on the base paths. So that's how you help your team out. You do the little extra to get through. So tip my hat to those guys. Great to see, great game. And it's cool. We get to play them again. So it's a nice measuring stick for later on. So I'll just get to some questions I had that you guys submitted to me off of my blog. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. All right, Giuseppe, what do you think of the new Wild team? Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to see them play. I was hoping to, because I know I told you guys I would be there. They have new jerseys, which look really badass. They look like tournament jerseys. That's cool. They have a lot of new players. They have players I've seen play in other leagues that I know are really good. I forget their names, and I'm sure we'll all get to know their names once we play them. But it looks like they did some really strong recruiting in the offseason. They look like they got some players on their team, and I think they're going to do really well. And I'm only basing this off the fact that most of their guys have those really good bags, like the softball bags. Not like the little rinky-dinky ones. Like, they have, like, the professional ones. Like, it looks like almost like a Cadillac of, like, the bag. So I'm going to just go with that. And the fact that I've seen them play in other leagues. So I know they're really good. And one of them had a Dolphins shirt on, so I like him off the bat. All right, you had your team going undefeated. How does it feel not to be undefeated after the first week, let alone that, losing 2 games in a row? What do you got, though? You lose games, you win games. Yes. Am I a little cocky? I mean, what am I supposed to tell? I'm supposed to say that my team isn't going to win every single game? What kind of coach would I be if that? We had a lot of little things that went wrong. I mean, like I said, a lot of balls slicing short of my outfielders. We had, which is, it's a lot out there. Infield had a little bit of an issue. We had a little issue pitching, but I'm not going to take away from the fact that the Shaws just out hit us. I mean, they weren't like hitting little lazy pop outs. They weren't hitting cheesy ground balls. I mean, we had to earn all of our outs with those guys because they hit the ball on the screws every single time. Not to mention their outfielders. I think I counted at least 5 ridiculous catches. I mean, we're talking running back, over the shoulder, against the wall catches, diving catches. I think they had 3. One, I think, to end the first game off of me when bases loaded. So their defense is great. Their outfielding is really good. Their pitching, they didn't walk in it. It's not like, Aftermath just wants to swing at home runs. They just didn't pitch poorly either. I mean, very fundamentally sound team. So, I mean, that's, like I said, I tip my cap to them, and I'm looking forward to playing them again. What else we got here? How did Rafiq do in his first week? I mean, just look at the numbers. I mean, he 6 for 8, home run, 5 or 6 RBIs, and we found out he's a really good shortstop, so that's really cool. Who do you think will be the most improved team this year? I think I'm going to go with, after, again, a short little thing I saw, I think I'm going to go off of probably no side. I'm going to think no side. And again, as long as they keep their guys coming all the time, I think they're going to be really good, and I think people underestimate. I underestimate them also. So I think they're going to be really good, and I think they'll be the most improved team this year. Guys, besides that, those are all the questions you guys submitted to me this week. So if you have any more questions or any comments, just please let me know. Just email me at my email. It should be flashing on the bottom screen. Give it a second. It's right there. just email me and I'll answer your questions best I can. Also about going to games, interviewing players, whatever it is you guys want us to do to make the forum a little better. We're here to make that happen. So just let me know and we'll come out there. And like I said, just keep submitting the questions and I'll answer them. And hopefully next week we have a dry week. And that's all I got. I look forward to seeing everyone else on the field.